Hi there, I'm Miss Bush, the science teacher at Horace Mann. Today's book is Everybody Needs a Rock by Byrd Baylor. We're working on learning words that describe rocks. So if you hear a word that describes a rock, you can do this. This means a connection. Try it right now. Let's do it. And we're going to try and come up with a lot of words for describing rocks. Everybody needs a rock. Everybody needs a rock. I'm sorry for kids who don't have a rock for a friend. I'm sorry for kids who only have tricycles, bicycles, horses, elephants, goldfish, 3-room playhouses, fire engines, wind-up dragons, and things like that. If they don't have a rock for a friend. And do you see how the illustrator made the picture so they're imagining this rock is like an elephant that's the best friend for the kid? You can do a lot with an imagination. That's why I'm giving them my own rules, 10 rules for finding a rock. Not just any rock, I mean a special rock that you find yourself and keep as long as you can, maybe forever. Look how that rock looks like a woman sleeping. If somebody says, "What's so special about that rock?" don't even tell them. I don't. Nobody is supposed to know what's special about another person's rock. All right, here we are, the rules. If you go to a mountain made out of nothing but 100 million small, connection, shiny, beautiful, roundish rocks. But if you can't, any place will do, even an alley, even a sandy road. I think there's some alleys around St. Paul where we could find rocks. Rule number 2. When you are looking at rocks, don't let mothers or fathers or sisters or brothers or even best friends talk to you. You should choose a rock when everything is quiet. Don't let dog barks at you or bees buzz at you. Look at it. It's kind of like a rock and it's kind of like a person in a quiet place. Oh, sorry. But if they do, don't worry. The worst thing you can do is go rock hunting when you are worried. Rule number 3. Bend over. More, even more, you may have to sit on the ground with your head almost touching the earth. You have to look a rock right in the eye. Otherwise, don't blame me if you can't find a good one. Rule number 4, don't get a rock that's too big. Oh, big describes a rock. You'll always be sorry. It won't fit in your hand, right? And it won't fit in your pocket. A rock as big as an apple is too big. A rock as big as a horse is much too big. Can you see how the picture looks like a rock and a horse? Can you see the horse? Let's see. Rule number 5. Don't choose a rock that is too small. Oh, connection, that's a describing word. It will only be easy to lose, or a mouse might eat it, thinking that it's a seed. Believe me, that happened to a boy in the state of Arizona. What do you think? Did it really happen? Rule number 6. The size must be perfect. It has to feel easy. That's a describing word. Easy in your hand when you close your fingers over it. It has to feel jumpy in your pocket when you run. Some people touch a rock 1,000 times a day. There aren't many things that feel as good as a rock if the rock is perfect. Rule number 7. Look for the perfect color. That could be a sort of pinkish gray. Did you make a connection? Make a connection. With bits of silvery shine, more connections. Those are describing words. Some rocks that look brown are really other colors, but you only see them when you squint and when the sun is right. Another way to see colors is to dip your rock in clear mountain streams if one is passing by. That's what we're going to do this week. Well, not a mountain stream, but a cup of water. We can dip our rocks in a cup of water. Rule number 8. The shape of the rock is up to you. Ooh, shape is a describing word. That's a connection. There is a girl in Alaska who only likes flat rocks. Don't ask me why. I like them lumpy. Oh, that's a describing word, lumpy. The thing to remember about shapes is this. Any rock looks good with 100 other rocks around on a hill. But if your rock is going to be special, it should look good by itself in the bathtub. Do you put rocks in the bathtub? I don't. Maybe you do. Rule number 9. Always sniff a rock. Rocks have their own smells. Some kids can tell by sniffing whether a rock came from the middle of the earth or from an ocean or from a mountain where wind and sun touched it every day for 1,000,000 years. You'll find out that grown-ups can't tell these things. Too bad for them. Really, too bad for those grown-ups. They're silly. They just can't smell as well as kids do. Some people might say that grown-ups don't smell so good. Are grown-ups stinky? No. Some grown-ups get coffee breath. That's a real thing. I'm being silly. Rule number 10. Don't ask anybody to help you choose. I've seen a lizard pick one rock out of a desert full of rocks and go sit there alone. I've seen a snail pass up 20 rocks and spend all day getting to the one it wanted. You have to make up your own mind. You will know. You see all the pictures? All right. That's 10 rules. If you think of any more, write them down yourself. I'm going out to play a game that takes just me and one rock to play. I happen to have a rock right here in my hand. The end.